1 year, 12 pages, $500 billion in spending cuts. Republican Kentucky Senator Rand Paul just unveiling his Get Tough plan, and he's here with us first to discuss it. Senator, very good to have you.
Good to be with you, Neil.
Well, I was thinking about your 12-page summation to cut $500 billion and thinking of about something that was a little bit thicker and longer about spending $2 trillion, of course referring to the 2,000-page health care bill. We've got a little comparison for folks here because, you know, this is a free service for you folks. We do this because we love you. This is the health care bill, 2,000 pages, and this is the senator's plan to cut $500 billion in 1 year. It's 12 pages. So leaving that aside, can you keep it that simple? Because Alan Simpson was here saying that's pretty hard to do. What do you say?
Well, you know, we promised when we talked to the Tea Party and when we came out of the Tea Party, we promised them that we'd make the bills readable, that we would read the bills, and we'd pass things that the public could read. And we have to put our money where our mouth is. We have to lay it on the line and say these are the cuts.
Lay a couple of things on the line. What do you cut?
Basically, we start and we go back to 2008 levels for everything but Medicare, Social Security, and military. That saves $100 billion. But then we take certain departments that we think have gotten out of control and should be better handled at the state and local level. Department of Education, Department of Energy. We get rid of most of them at the federal level.
When you remove them at the... Okay, careful. Education and energy. Others have talked about removing these departments before. I guess those buildings in Washington, they could go condo. You know, it's a hot market.
We might be able to rent them out.
All right.
Do you know
how much do you save just...
there's $19 billion worth of empty real estate in Washington?
Well, there you go. You'd
Federal
be adding
real
to
estate.
You'd be adding to it. So how much do you save removing those departments, Senator?
Department of Education is about $100 billion. What we do is we save about $80 billion. We take the college scholarships that people seem to like and we move them into another department. Same way with Department of Energy. We take what's in Department of Energy that applies to national defense. We put it in the Defense Department. We get rid of most of the Department of Education and most of the Department of Energy that way.
All right, so you leave out the big entitlements, though, I guess, to address another day.
They're going to have to be addressed.
Absolutely, absolutely. You made it not this year, but you wanted to make a powerful statement this year and say it's $500 billion. Some are questioning how you arrive at that math. Assure them that your numbers add, because even if they do, the argument is you would take a $1.5 trillion deficit and put a big whack in it, but it would still be $1 trillion.
Well, see, that's what's the amazing thing. If you look around Washington, our bill to reduce spending by $500 billion is 5 times larger than anybody else's proposal,
right.
And it still only attacks a third of the annual deficit. That shows the enormity of the problem. But if you cannot, if the Republicans, Democrats, whoever, cannot embrace $500 billion, how can we believe them that a balanced budget amendment is going to do anything to correct the situation?
All right, but that $500 billion, think about that $500 billion, though. I don't know if you're getting others to support what you're trying to do here in the Senate, but Jim DeMint, who I had on yesterday when I was in Washington, he's having a devil of time getting people to sign on to his $2.5 trillion 10-year plan, which would work out to roughly half the year savings that you're looking at, $250 billion. And he's having trouble getting people to sign on that, Republicans to sign on to that. So you've got to be like Custer.
I'm ambitious to try to change things here, but I'm also trying to point out how big, how enormous the problem is. But the one compromise that has to come that Republicans are going to have to embrace is you cannot cut just domestic spending. You're going to have to look at military spending.
How much do you cut in military?
We cut 6% out of the 2011 budget. And to try to tell conservatives that that's not that much, we tell them it's only 3% out of the 2010 budget. And you have to realize that military spending more than doubled over the last 10 years.
All right, so we should explain first, a lot of people, these numbers go by. It's a roughly $600 billion allotment dedicated to defense. You're talking about something in the vicinity of $30 billion, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's easy to be a pessimist in this environment, and the people in the naysayers say, no, there's no way in hell this would happen. I commend you for your efforts, Senator. People pick things apart, much as they have with Alan Simpson's ideas. Here's what worries me, and this is a bipartisan rant. The zeal to cut just isn't there. when it's time to put the pedal to the metal, I don't see either party stepping up. The president's stomping through the Midwest today, urging a green technology spending push. Republicans are saying, we're going to get serious about this, but in the outer years, we're going to get really serious about it. And the numbers just don't pan out. And I'm wondering whether a golden opportunity is waltzing right by.
The opportunity is now. The American public's ready. The Tea Party movement shows that people are concerned about the debt. And also, just imagine this. Imagine that interest rates begin to rise.
Absolutely.
We have $200 billion in interest payments on the debt. What if we go to 3% interest that we pay? That'll double it. You'll have $400 billion. What if we go to 6%, which is sort of a historic average for interest rates?
No, but Rand, I'll do you one better. And this is, again, a bipartisan claim because I've heard it before. Whenever we talk about reining in entitlements, slowing their growth, we don't talk about taking checks away from grandma, killing grandpa in a hospital bed with Medicare. But that's always how it's framed. I had Sheila Jackson Lee, lovely lady, the congresswoman from Texas, who had a poster behind her as I was talking to her of a woman she claimed would have died without the president's health care law going into effect. Lo and behold, we find out that this woman was covered under Medicare, so the health care law was not an issue. But you know where that goes. It's a fear game, frighten people into thinking what Rand Paul wants to do or what anyone else wants to do to rein it in. It's going to kill people, deny people benefits, have Uncle Joe eating dog food, and away we go.
Well, I've told people that the debt is sort of like the sword of Damocles. It's hanging there above our heads, and everyone can see it now, and there's no escaping it. So you just interviewed Congressman Rangel. It is very encouraging that Congressman Rangel is saying, you know what, the age on Social Security will have to go up.
I thought so,
too. That's been a weapon the Democrats have always used to scare seniors into not voting for Republicans. If Congressman Rangel now realizes that Social Security cannot survive as it is, we have made a step forward. What we need to do is really embrace this opportunity to go ahead and say, here are the spending cuts, America. We're willing to step up, and we will balance the budget before it's too late.
Well, I see my role being just that, Senator. If I could somehow broker an agreement to save our country, damn it, I will. Seriously, Senator, very good having you. Be well. My best to your dad and family. Rand Paul, the Kentucky Senator. You know, whether you agree or disagree with the guy, give him credit. At least he is putting numbers up there and having at it. That's what we got to do.